What's going on, everyone? Video 8. This video is, what is something you did that increased your quality of life so much that you wished you would have done it much sooner because it changed your life forever? Posted by ourgod27. This will be good. Let's see what I can do to increase my quality of life. See everyone's recommendations. Learning to always keep my keys in the same place. If you do that saves you so much headache. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've misplaced my keys and lost them. I mean, what I did, I just got one of those key holders. I don't know, key racks. Put it right next to my door, and then ever since I did that, never lost my keys. Now you also have to remember to put them there when you get home. But if you do that, it's a short lifesaver, small lifesaver. If someone asks me to do something and it will take me 5 minutes or less to do it, I'll do it immediately. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I never realized how much stuff I put off until later and then promptly forgot about. Also, once you've done one 5-minute task, it's easier just to go and do the next. I became much more productive and saved myself a lot of time and effort at the same time. I used to be this guy. I would be asked to do the smallest tasks. That wouldn't even take 5 minutes. It was, oh, will you go and get the water out of the car? Or would you do the dishes? Or whatever it was. And oh, yeah, I'll do it in a little bit. Never did it. 2 days go by. The dishes, I wouldn't let 2 days go by. But something like the water in the car, 2-3 days will go by with that. And then I'll have to be asked multiple times. And I started doing what he did. I'd just do it immediately, and it's so much better than procrastinating it. As a kid, I read books all the time. Then I quit for some reason, got married, had kids, started a business, never any time for reading. Last year at 45, I started reading books again. What a fool I was to ever stop. Reading's great. I love reading. I stopped for a little bit, and then I think it was a New Year's resolution where I decided I was going to pick up reading again. And what it really helped me with, oddly enough, was getting to sleep. I always had a hard time getting to sleep because I'd lay down, be on my phone watching videos or just surfing the internet, and it would end up keeping me up later. I'd lay down and I wouldn't get to sleep until 2.5 hours later. And so I decided I was going to read when I started laying down. As soon as I did that, I found that reading puts me to sleep so quick. Within 25-30 minutes of reading, I'm out. And it's been the best thing ever. Gets me to sleep at an early time, feel better in the morning because you get more sleep, and that's probably one of the best things I've done to change my life because it's changed it in multiple ways. It's great. Honestly, shaving my head. As someone who started losing their hair at 20, had the old monk ball spot by 23, and horseshoe by 25. It took me until day 29 to say, fuck it, I'm shaving. I have a lot more confidence and have gotten compliments because of it. This was my buddy. My buddy started losing his hair at an even younger age. And he tried to hold on to his hair for so long. I mean, not until he was 29. He shaved it at, got to be 24, 25. But he was losing his hair in high school. He had full head of hair in freshman year. By senior year, it was extremely thin on top. And he tried to hold on to it, and a bunch of us told him he'd just shave it. He'd look so much better. I'd like to think he shaved it because of us, but I'm sure he just had to wait until he got the confidence to shave it. But he looks 10 times better with it shaven. Applying for a job I didn't think I was qualified for. It doubled my salary and let me move to a place I'd only ever dream of living. I've never done this, but yeah, well, why not? Apply to anything. See see what you can get. If they're willing to give you an interview, then you made it farther than you probably expected. And once you have the interview, that's all that matters. If you're good with talking, you have a chance to get the job. And from what I've told and my experience and other people, because I know people who are in manager positions who hire, they don't really care if you don't know what you're doing, as long as you're willing to learn and show that you're willing to learn. That's to a lot of people who I know that do hire people, that's what they're looking for. If you can just show them that you're willing to learn and that you can learn, that's all that matters. Though a lot of people will give you a shot. I had a decayed wisdom tooth with an exposed nerve, and I lived with it for 10 years when I didn't have dental or disposable income. My life changed the day I had pulled it. If there was something wrong with your teeth, find a way to get it taken care of. I spent a decade in pain whenever I drank something cold or chewed on my left side of my mouth, and I could have corrected it much sooner if I had my act together. Tooth pain is probably the worst pain, so yeah, if you have serious tooth pain, yeah, get that fixed. I had a similar thing, but I didn't wait 10 years. But I ended up having to get a root canal on one of my molars on the left side of my mouth, and it changed everything. I remember not wanting to go outside because I was in so much pain, and only wanting to sit in a completely dark room because I don't know, maybe I was getting depressed or something. I don't know, but getting that fixed helped a lot. Getting a job I didn't hate. I'm so much happier now, even though I'm making half as much. I was just having this conversation with my buddies last week. And because my one buddy he's all about money. Whenever he talks, he always talks about how much money you can make if you do this, and how much different people's salaries are. He's just super focused on money. And we were saying, me and my one buddy were telling him I'd much rather be happy and make almost nothing, not nothing, but at least to where you can like scrape by. If I'm happy, I'd rather have that than having a high paying job and not be happy. Happiness is everything. Money, a lot of people think money can buy happiness when it absolutely cannot. It can afford you luxury, but to a lot of people, luxury is not happiness. It affords you no worry of paying bills, but that's really about it. Working out and eating right. Eating right, working out's the easy part. I love working out. Eating right is the hard part. And sticking to a strict diet for almost ever. If you really want to live healthy, you have to cut out so much food. Like I eat like shit. And that eating right has always been my hardest part. I did it for... I only did it for 6 months, but when I did that for 6 months, it was probably the best I felt in forever. But then I got hurt working out, and then I stopped working out because it was a bad injury, and I couldn't do anything, and I stopped eating right, and now I'm back in the habit of my old habits and not working out, not eating right. And I can feel the difference. It's pretty crazy. 6 years ago, I decided to never be late to anything ever again. My whole life up until that point, I was always late to everything. School, birthdays, etc. Anyway, making sure I'm on time saves me a lot of trouble and a lot of stress and anxiety. Also, everyone I know who has noticed it really appreciates it. Being on time for plans shows that you care about people and that they are important to you. Yeah, being punctual is really important. I try and be as punctual as I can. Not always punctual, but usually what I'll try and do, I'll make my clock on my phone 2 minutes slower, 2 minutes behind, so that when I look at it, I assume, it's later than what it really is. It worked in the beginning, and then I realized that it was two minutes behind, and I took advantage of that and be like, well, now I have an extra 2 minutes. But I was trying to be punctual. That's not always the case. But that's it for this video. Again, if you liked it, please comment, like, subscribe, and hopefully stay tuned to the next video.